Don't be afraid of your belly. It's your friend as a singer. Don't be ashamed of that singer belly, okay? It's awesome. Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Welcome to the first video of my singing tips series. I went to school for singing, I went to school for voice and performance, so I want to share all the things that I learned with you guys. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about breathing. I'm just going to talk about the basics and give you guys some exercises and ways to know if you are breathing correctly when you sing. Let's jump right in. Okay, so first things first. What is breath support? Simply put, breath support is just breathing in enough air to support your voice. So the voice requires airflow, which of course comes from your lungs, right? So in order to sing a longer phrase or a really powerful note in a healthy way, we have to have a really good amount of breath support. So when we're thinking about breathing, I want to change your guys' perspective a little bit. So let's take this glass, just this clear glass from my Ninja blender. You can make smoothies in it. And when I pour water in it, of course, it fills bottom first, then towards the middle, and then it fills all the way up to the top, right? Bottom to top. So when we're breathing, I want you guys to think about that. Next time you take a breath, breathing bottom to top. So that is how we're gonna take a proper breath, okay? So we've talked about how we wanna fill bottom to top, but how exactly does that translate into our body? So really quick, let me just break down the order. So the first thing that we're gonna think about when we take a breath is letting the breath drop down to the lower belly, the sides down here, and even into your lower back. No, that sounds crazy, but I'm totally gonna clear it up. I'm gonna show you how to get the air down there. So after our lower belly and our lower part kind of stretches out and fills up with breath, the next thing that we're gonna try to really expand and stretch to create space for those lungs to expand is the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is this little muscle. It's not really little, it's pretty good size, but it looks kind of like this. It sits right here, it's curved like this, and when you take a nice deep breath in, it goes, and it flattens out to make some space for those lungs to expand. So that's the next thing I want you to visualize. So that diaphragm is gonna go down, and this part of your belly, kind of right under your chest, is gonna come out as well, okay? So that's number 2. The third part we wanna try to expand to make room is the ribs. Right here on the sides, right? Boop and boop. Those are gonna expand this way to create room for those lungs. The lungs are expanding everything around it, bottom, sides, and back. So our ribs are gonna expand, and even the middle and the upper parts of our back are gonna expand as well. So this is what a good breath looks like. Really watch my belly. I have a little air baby down here. That's what I like to call it. So, and I tied a knot so you can see really well kind of how my stomach expands. And this is actually a really good thing to do. If you have a shirt that you can just tie in a knot, and you can really see if your belly is expanding like you need it to. And then I exhale. We wanna make sure that when we're breathing in, our belly is going out. I know it's kind of like doing this. Wait, I can't even do it. Wait, patting my head, rubbing my belly, right? It's interesting because you're breathing in and your belly is going out. So it's the opposite, but practice that way, and I promise your singing is going to get so much better. Let's talk about our posture a little bit really quick. So I have a really bad habit of locking my knees, which is the very worst thing you can do. The number 1 rule of singing is get rid of all tension that you possibly can. There's always gonna be some tension, right? Because muscles are working and moving. And there is some good tension going on down here, but you do not want tension in the body if you can help it. So posture is super important. So what I recommend is stand about shoulder width apart, but you wanna have one of your feet a little bit in front of the other. That's gonna really help you from locking your knees. And it's good to keep a little bounce in your knees as well. All right, I'm gonna show you some stretches to really get your body ready to breathe the right way. All right, so what I like to do to open up my lower back is feet shoulder width apart at least. I like to go wider than shoulder width, and I give myself a big hug, and I bend right at the waist. I'm gonna turn this way so you guys can see me. Bend right at the waist, all the way down. I like to bend my knees a little bit. So our lower back is kind of the highest point of our body, right? Take a nice deep breath in. and out. And you should feel that lower back really start to expand. And it might take a few times for you to kind of understand the feeling of it, but please give that a try. That's really gonna help you open up your lower back. I just wanna show you guys really quickly how to stretch that belly and those abs out so that breath can really come in and expand, okay? So first, I wanna show you a stretch, and this also helps with your back as well. It's called cat-cow. So what you're gonna do is you're just going to get on your hands and your knees just like this, and then you're going to put a bend in your back, just like that, and you're gonna look up to the sky and really stretch that back, and then you're gonna go opposite. So this is cow, and this will be cat. So go into cat, and you're gonna arch the back, bring the tummy in, and the head down. And then again, cow, moo, cat, meow. Another stretch that I like to do is the seal pose. So what we're gonna do is you're just going to lay on the ground just like this, and you're gonna use your hands to prop yourself up, and you're gonna get that nice stretch. You can look up to deepen the stretch as well. Oh yeah, and I can definitely feel that stretching all through my lower belly, my middle belly, and even kind of where the diaphragm would be too. Yeah, that's a really good one. All right, up next, we wanna open our ribs, right? We wanna open up the sides of our body so that our lungs can expand out this way. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna go feet probably a little bit more than shoulder width apart, okay? And we're simply just going to take our arm and we're going to bend over the opposite way, opening up the side of our body, and we're gonna breathe into our side. Expanding the side. All right, and the other side. And you can see if you look closely, my side is expanding. Yeah, that's a really good one. I think that's one of my favorite ones that really opens me up. So give that a try. Like, that's gonna help you a lot, I promise. All right, another stretch to really open up the upper part of our chest, right up here, and our back in the back, is we take our hands and we're just gonna clasp them behind us and straighten out as much as we can. That's gonna stretch our collarbones and our upper chest, right? Just like that. And take a nice deep breath. And that actually really helps open up everything because it's bringing those shoulders and that upper chest, it's kind of getting it out of the way. So it's opening things up down here and stretching your upper chest at the same time. All right, some practical ways to practice your breathing. One thing I love to do is hiss. You just kind of make like an S sound like a snake. So you fill up with air. And you hiss all your air out. So what I really like to notice with this exercise, this really gets my core engaged, and I can tell when I'm breathing right, because when I breathe in, I fill up, and when I breathe out, my stomach comes in. So I know that my muscles are doing all the work to push that air out. The diaphragm is flattening back up to support those lungs to get all that air out nice and free. I really like this exercise. So I like to try it as fast as I can. I like to fill up with air and get all my breath out as quickly as I can. And I really have to contract those tummy muscles. Watch. Right? And it's always good to place your hands on your belly. Don't be afraid of your belly. It's your friend as a singer. So get really used to like touching your belly and being aware of that, okay? It's like your best friend as a singer. Don't be ashamed of that singer belly, okay? It's awesome. So like I said, I like to try to get all my air out really quickly. And another thing I like to do is to see how long I can sustain that hiss. So I will try it, maybe one day spend 5 minutes doing it and seeing how long I can make it last. So practicing that is gonna help you get through those really long phrases in a song where maybe it's a really fast song and there's not a lot of places to breathe. This exercise is gonna help you a lot. Another thing I like to do is connect the breath to consonants. So T's, K's, P's, B's, I really like to get that stomach, that tummy bouncing with those different consonants. So for example, I'm gonna say just a really hard K sound, and that's gonna make my tummy engage. Every time I hit that K sound, I want my tummy to come out. Boop, boop, just like that. Watch really closely, here we go. Do you see my little knot moving? And if you can learn to connect your consonant sounds to your breath, the vowels, all your A's, E's, I's, O's, and U's will follow. All right, guys, I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you haven't yet, please don't forget to click down below and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my singing tips videos. Also, feel free to check out my covers. They're really, really fun to shoot. I hope you guys enjoy them, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing, amazing day.